All right, hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be starting a new show, 12 Monkeys. I have seen the movie 12 Monkeys. I saw it this year, this past year, towards the end of 2023. And I might do a review of that actually, because I obviously didn't react to it, but I still like to talk about it because I thought it was very interesting. Because besides it relating to this show, I'm also trying to get more acquainted with Terry Gilliam's work. So I might do a review of that. I think that'd be good content. My other show that I was reacting to besides Westworld, very clearly from the very first thing that was uploaded to this channel, was going to be Alias. But there have been some changes in my plans with that. I will talk more about that in a different video where it's going to be much easier for me to review Alias rather than try to react to it. I will go over that. But I thought a good replacement for the reaction, even though I don't want to only just do reactions on this channel because I think there's other content that you can do with media just besides react to it, but my other reaction besides Westworld will be this show. And weirdly enough, I got the idea about this quite a while ago when I was reading one of those lists that you'll get recommended on like your Google feed from Screen Rant or one of those outlets that either is really hit or miss with what it has to say. Talking about 10 TV shows that were better than the movie that it was based off of. So I guess we'll see if this is better than the 12 Monkeys movie. And I'm sure even just me bringing that up can make people go, well, no, it's not better than the original movie, stupid bitch. Comment that for the engagement, please. All right, let's watch this.
Yourself.
Sounds
But what if you could take it back? All of it.
Never been about if. It's always been when. When we'll face the next epidemic. Or the next pandemic. In Athens, 430 BC typhoid.
Just a few years away.
1,000.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh my God, Aaron, call the police.
Don't do that. This child, intensive care meningitis, 1986. Your mother died of an embolism in 1990. You went to medical school at Columbia. Viral containment for the CDC, 2015.
Hopped everything ahead about
2015.
20 years.
It's 2013. I work at a
You're
hospital.
the right person. Trust me. Listen, I don't have time to explain
Supposed
to you.
to
Just
be.
tell me what I need to know.
1995 primarily.
Okay.
Where is Leland Frost?
I don't know.
Where is
anyone by
Leland?
that name.
Who played Leland?
No. No. Look. Leland Frost.
I'm sorry.
Think! No man named Leland Frost. I need to find him. Leland Frost!
Is he a patient?
You're just as aggressive as Bruce.
But they're not real.
Line up with
I'm not crazy.
COVID-19, just very close though.
It's not just like yours. This is your watch. From my time.
Though I have a feeling she might do that. Well, now that he's disappeared, then she has to believe him. Okay.
Not my friend.
He's just a guy who kidnapped me. You know how it is.
I'm a wedding
Right on cue.
You know you're late.
exact science.
Is it not? Time travel's not an exact science.
Cool.
From what I remember, I think this looks a lot like the time machine in the movie. I need to rewatch the movie, though, to get my thoughts in order. 'Cause
Almost 3 days.
I feel like there was a lot
No.
to talk about that I couldn't fully take in, but I think they're doing a good job of
Although you do heal fast.
adapting the things that are recognizable from the film.
Bullet pass came through.
Oh, God, mass graves.
Some of us, very few, were immune. Many became scavengers. Worse, they took advantage of the chaos. Raiding.
Also very Last of Us as well.
You gave me this mission. You're the reason I'm here. Now it's been 2 years, Cassie. Please, tell me you know who Leland Frost is.
I don't.
Couldn't Google? Come on.
Ever since the day you disappeared or splintered or whatever, I've been looking for Leland Frost.
What'd you find?
A whole bunch of them. But no one fitting the description of a guy who ends the world with a plague. So
Well, it wouldn't,
I had to enlist some help.
because it hasn't happened yet.
Can I,
Yeah.
I'm very hungry.
I'll take it.
Yeah, their relationship is so much more amicable than
Good. Smiles are good, right?
in the movie.
Good evening. Your name, please?
Like,
Dr. Cassandra Bailey.
they're already like, I'm giving you looks now. Where,
First name again, please? Cassandra?
the slight chance that
May or may not be in the doctor.
they would have gotten together in the
It's a very
movie
long list.
is kind of constantly questioned or dashed whenever
R-A-I-L.
he would get surprisingly aggressive in order to fulfill his mission, and she was much more skeptical for longer.
I'm consulting for the market. Oh, Aaron, this is Greg. He's my +1.
Greg. Hi there.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hello. So how do you know each other?
She bought me a cheeseburger.
Marker?
My date is actually... I don't know if it's okay to say. I just found him on the street and gave him a meal so he'd come with me.
All right.
Well, you don't have to be anymore.
That's good. Damn it, Cass. You know you didn't have to leave.
Yes, I did.
Yes, a man vanished before your eyes. Look, if a patient said that to you, what diagnosis would you give?
I wasn't a patient yet.
What did you want me to do?
Just gonna pause this for a wee second. Also, looking at myself in camera, my makeup is probably really obvious. But I was sick all through this week. I know I sound sick, voice-wise, and I had a really red nose. And the makeup's already starting to wear off of it. I was trying to make myself look a little less crusty and sick on camera. But anyway. Maybe I should be on IMDb because I don't want to see spoilers. I just wanted to see who was playing Leland because I want to see the actor's name, but I wasn't seeing it listed. Okay, I need to go to a specific episode, I think. Well, I know that would have been the smart thing to start with. Splinter. Okay, I'm not getting anyone listed for Zealand, so. Okay.
Just go back 5 hours. You decided the whole thing, the party, the
No.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. It's too precise. It's too dangerous. I could want to know another instance of myself. You watch. You watch.
If I recall right, the movie followed its own time travel logic very well, from what I remember of it, and
Now, in all currently known science, time travel
I think there are signs of that here.
is impossible. What was it you were looking for? Was it a horseman of the apocalypse or something? No.
So, like that scene in the airport.
The 12 call, I just gotta cut you up.
Oh,
See what makes you tick. I guess that means you aren't gonna be able to go back to 1987 after all. You know what they call that?
I was thinking he was being very human there for a second.
Paradox.
Something comes back in time, comes into contact with itself. Mother Nature doesn't like it when you rearrange her furniture.
Oh. There's your chance to kill him, even though I don't think that's gonna happen. Because there's how many seasons of this show?
I mean, you'd have no reason to come for me in the first place.
Oh, well. I guess the rest is repercussions for that.
You're still here.
No. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
There's unfinished business. Yep.
The army of the 12 monkeys.
I'm here to see Goins
JD People's Psychiatric Treatment Center.
in an accident.
It's cute.
Papers to sign. Your father left you a great deal of money. You know, if he were here, he would tell you he always wanted you to carry on his work. He may not have shown it, but he considered you his legacy. Jennifer,
Jennifer.
are you hearing me?
Jennifer, okay. Alright. Okay, that's interesting. 'Cause I was wondering who was also going to play Jeffrey Goins, the Brad Pitt character in the movie, who was kind of, as we found out, very much the linchpin, like the whole horrible scent of the population based off of what he was doing with Daddy's work and other extracurriculars he was involved in. I won't say too much if you haven't seen the movie, but that information was revealed to Cole much earlier in his journey. Because like because it's a TV series, like it's gonna take more time and more episodes than like an hour and a half, 2 hours of a movie. But at the same time, I was kind of like, this whole pilot felt like it was on a speed run. I'm like, oh, he's killed Leland already. But he doesn't know about the 12 monkeys yet. He hasn't met Jeffrey, who I thought that's who it was going to be, but now they've swapped it to be a daughter, Jennifer. But we haven't found out like the army of the 12 monkeys. We haven't met the rest of we haven't, well, we flat out hadn't met Jeffrey, but we hadn't met his friends, and who eventually are kind of the ones that reveal the information about what he was doing. And he hasn't been in a mental institution yet, and all the pieces kind of like throughout that movie came together out of order until they finally made sense. But there was still like an introducing of the characters in certain spots, and it was a little confusing. That's why I need to rewatch it. But in order for me to, not that I didn't understand the movie, but I just need to rewatch in order for my own benefit to explain it and not sound so, I don't know, half, and like I'm half explaining it. But yeah, I was wondering, well, we don't know all these things yet. How can he just kill Leland like this? I was going to think it was going to be strung out longer. Like, I don't think the entire series would just be about trying to get to Leland and kill him. There would be, but I would think it would at least be like season long. Like you're stringing out finding the mystery. But I guess like that would kind of also feel a bit, I don't know, maybe lazy or something. Because if someone has already seen the movie, each reveal that they would get throughout season one would be like, okay, well, now we're finally getting to that thing. Now we're finally getting to that thing. And a lot of padding in between. I guess this way allows for it to be following the story, but also adding and changing elements to make it, to make it a fuller story. Also, I mean, I know I look this way in every video, but I have been exercising and eating less lately, and I feel like, and I looked at this is really great stuff, but not anything important, or probably things many people even want to hear, but I feel like I've been puffier in my face and my stomach lately. But I've also been drinking a lot of water to supplement the fact that I'm trying not to drink so many sugary drinks when I get thirsty. So maybe it's puffing me out and I'm retaining water. Could that be it? I'm sure that's going to be obvious. Like, that's obvious, that's it. Comment that for the engagement. Anyway, yeah, and also seeing Cole and Cassie's relationship be so much more amicable, as I said, it takes away that kind of frustrating, like almost scary factor when you're watching the movie, where he is just so manic and like grabbing her, and there's several points where he's going, where I genuinely thought he was going to kill her or do some other terrible things just because the emotions were just running so high and he was so manic and he had to do it. And I just kept throughout the movie going, well, he's gonna kill her at some point. It's like, it's for the greater good, I have to, you're gonna die anyway. Whereas they're already friends, it seems, and they've already got them like locked in an embrace at one point, and I don't know, there's very much the hint of romance there, which I would argue there was in the movie too, but it's a little bit more overt at this point. And while on one hand it kind of feels a bit like that's good, because if it was this constant like butting of heads and her being freaked out and wanting to leave for several episodes on, that would be very hard to watch. On the other hand, right away, because she met up with him 2 years later, and then they go off to find Leland, and they're already investigating who Leland Frost is versus, oh no, it's Leland Goines, and it kind of feels a little bit like the typical sci-fi or fantasy investigative thing where it's like we've got the guy and the girl and they're already like looking up information together, and it feels a little bit more procedural than what the movie felt like. And there's already a lot of TV shows like that you can think of, like X-Files or Grimm or that kind of thing, where it's like they're looking up information together and this or that. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I like those shows. It just kind of feels like, oh, well, that kind of leans into something so of the time. Like, this came out in 2013. And I feel like a lot of shows kind of lean in that little bit of a sexier direction. But I haven't seen all the show yet, and I'm not saying that as, well, that's definitely a bad thing. I have so many more episodes to watch, and I'm sure it will prove itself that even if that's a trope, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play out exactly the way everything else has. And if I thought it was going to be generic, I don't know why, but there's just something about seeing that actress as Jennifer, who I thought was going to be Jeffrey, portraying that manic, laughing, giggling troublemaker fresh out of the insane asylum. That portrayal looks like it's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be a big piece of the show. And that I shouldn't try to make any predictions yet, because I can't. I know how the movie plays out, so I can have some ideas. But aside from trying to guess what's going to happen outside of what I know of the beats of the story, I can't do that at this point, because not enough information has been revealed. And perhaps things won't play out according to the beats of the story. We've got several seasons of this show to watch, and I'm having the feeling that they're going to explore more than even just trying to stretch out what the movie had to offer. So I'm very excited about that. So next time I will be watching the episode, first season, episode 2, that'll be entitled Neurodivergent, or something like that. I should check. It's something along those lines. I saw it on the menu. Yeah, was my analysis good? Did I touch my face too much? Do I sound too sick? Because I'm starting to feel a little tickle in my throat again. Comment that for the engagement.